Hey folks, I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa with the MLive morning weather update. We have a little bit of a snow on the way. Imagine that, being in the middle of February. So right now, just some light patches of snow, Traverse City to Houghton Lake, and across the western part of the UP. That's it. So a good travel day today if you have to do some traveling. And thanks for joining me on the MLive morning weather update. Hey, this is what you all want to know. How much snow? This is always what you want to know. How much snow? So we take it to, say, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the snow starting up 5, 6 in the morning around Muskegon and Pentwater and Ludington and near the Grand Rapids area, northward. Then we go through the day tomorrow. The snow already done by 2 in the afternoon. And so here it is, a sharp cutoff line. I'm using Grand Rapids to Flint as the rain to snow line. Grand Rapids and Flint included, both of those two cities, little if any accumulation. Maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches on the north side of Grand Rapids, north side of Flint. South, no accumulations. Ann Arbor, Detroit, Kalamazoo, Jackson, Lansing, Battle Creek. North of Grand Rapids and Flint, you go to 2 and 3 inches, and then by the time you get to Saginaw, the Thumb, Bay City, Midland, 3 to 5. All the way northward to the Mackinac Bridge, Traverse City now in the 3 to 5. You get a 1/6 inch, maybe Cadillac through the higher areas around Houghton Lake in the northeast lower. Now, some of this includes lake effect up across the UP, and so you get a good solid 3 to 6 inch general snow across the UP. So there it is, sharp contrast. Snowy in Saginaw, not very snowy in Flint, not snowy at all as you get into Livingston County, Howell, parts of Oakland County, and the Ann Arbor, Detroit areas. And remember, that's the heart of that comes in during the day tomorrow. So here is the radar forecast with this storm system. And today, like I said, dry, good travel day. This is 2 in the morning. Snow developing around Traverse City and Big Rapids and Cadillac and the UP. Note that rain snow line. So this is 6 tomorrow morning. It's snowing probably in Grand Rapids, but you might have to, or you might deal with some rain mixed in there. Lansing, maybe some snow initially. And then go to 8 and 9 and 10 o'clock. That's when the heart of this comes down. It's about a 3 to 6 hour snow. So more or less it's a travel problem when it is falling. Heidi Robertson, so no, not much at all for the Ann Arbor area. You know, you'll get some snow showers maybe, but no accumulation, and it looks like it'll warm above freezing during the day. So if you got any brief accumulation, it would die off. Shirley O'Connor, Coldwater, same thing. Pretty much almost all rain in the Coldwater area. This is 9 tomorrow morning, 10. Already over in Grand Rapids by 10 a.m. Then we go to noon, already ending around the Saginaw area by noon tomorrow, and Flint. Look at the rain and maybe even thunderstorms in the far southeast part of the state, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Monroe. And then by tomorrow afternoon, the system winds down and you see the telltale signs of some lake effect snow bands. Not really well put together, but you could get 2 to 4 inches across the UP. You could get a couple of inches Traverse City and the northwest part of lower Michigan on extra snow lake effect tomorrow night and Friday. Carolyn Bogan, Macomb Township, not much. You know, I would say an inch or less. Jackson, not much at all. Houghton Lake, Heather Ann, you're in that solid 4 to 6 inch area. Meaty snow too. Allendale, not much, less than an inch. Now let's look out into the future. So here's our little system for tomorrow. Zips on by. Colder for Friday and Saturday and some spotty lake effect. Michelle Bush, traveling Cadillac to Traverse City tomorrow morning. That's going to be a snowy one. Nothing you haven't encountered, but it's going to be snowy. Ionia County, I'm going to say an inch or less. Maybe the northern parts get 2 or 3. Jerry Nichols, Muskegon, you're probably 2 or 3 inches of snow. We go through the weekend fairly quiet. We go into next week early. Southwesterly wind comes back. LC, Michigan, you're looking at an inch or 2, probably. And then Saginaw area, Kelly Ortega starting time frame probably 6 to 8 in the morning, and Saginaw area 3 to 5 inches. Maybe the compaction keeps it at 3. So next week we don't see anything until late in the week. We're out 10 days now before we have another storm system to even think about. Look at these temperatures. Tawish, you should be in the 4 to 6. Sheboygan, 3 to 5. Donna Ackerman, St. Charles, 2 to 4. Ed Johnson, so we're looking at snow transitioning to rain in Waterford or all rain. I would say snow to rain and then ending. Today, 30s to near 40. Tomorrow, high temperature, a little bit deceiving on this map. Hey, good morning, John Robert Williams. A little deceiving on this map because when you get the snow, it drops down to about 32, 33. That's also why it's a little bit tougher for this thing to accumulate. Friday is cold. Highs in the 20s and low 30s. So Saturday is cold. Look at that. Brr. Highs in the 20s. And then bouncing back to 30s, even 40 in Ann Arbor on Sunday. Monday back to the 40s to near 50 all across the state. Just shows the power of the warm air streaming in out of the Pacific this year. Next Tuesday, 40s to near 50 in the south. Next Wednesday, looking like a March temperature regime where it's cold in the UP, wintry northern lower, 30s mid-lower, central lower, and 40s to 50 in the south. And then next Thursday in the 40s and next Friday. So we are definitely looking at some mild weather. And I want to leave you with this. Let's look out into the long term. Let's see. Tom and Chrysler, your daughter coming from Sudbury, Ontario on Friday. How does travel look into central Michigan? Friday looks okay. I would say pretty decent. Cold, but that snow probably will be gone off the roads. Will there be ice? Will there be accumulation in GR tomorrow? I have to fly tomorrow afternoon. It'll be over in Grand Rapids by noon, maybe an hour or 2 earlier, and you might have an inch or 2. So you should really be pretty good. Troy wants to put the dock in already. That might be rushing it a touch. Here are the surface temperature anomalies out to 16 days. What I want to show you is the next warming trend already in the docket. So we go into the weekend and we are a mere 5 degrees colder than normal. And then I showed you how we warm up some next week. There might be another, this is all next week, we're warmer than normal by just a few degrees, which means 30s and 40s. But look at the size of the warming trend starting to develop as we get to now February 26th, taking up much of the country, and especially where our cold air comes from. Look at February 29th. We close out the month of February, and we are running about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal. Look at the plains. Look at Minnesota, Iowa. That's where our cold air comes from. How do we get cold? With it being mild off to the west, are we about ready to say that winter is toast? We're getting pretty close to that, folks. All right, so there you have it. MLive weather update with MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We'll watch the snow for you. We'll fine tune it in a post on MLive so you can stare at the map and pick out your city, because I know you like to scrutinize how much snow you're going to have. And that rain snow line is everything. It's been pretty stable. Grand Rapids to Flint, that line, Grand Rapids, Flint included southward, not much to no snow. North of that line, 2 to 5 inches is a pretty good idea. A spot in central and northern lower could get 6 inches. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.